Well, unlike my review for London Has Fallen, where I said that was this a sequel we needed or wanted, I think we all wanted this one, guys. Anyway, hey there, guys. What's up? What's going on? It's all about Mike 18 here, back with another movie review, guys. I know it's been a while. You guys are probably like, Mike, I haven't seen you here in like forever. What the hell? I am finally have free time to be back in my normal surrounding and watch a few movies and review a few movies for you guys. I'm on spring break as of now, so I can breathe a little bit. Still busy, but I can breathe for a little bit, guys. And saw a couple movies this weekend, and I'm going to be reviewing them now. I'm going to try to get the reviews out to you guys ASAP. And the movie that I'm going to be reviewing in this video is the sequel. I'll use air quotes, sequel, because it's not really a sequel, but I'll call it a sequel. Why not? It is for 10 Cloverfield Lane. That's right, guys. Once you hear the word Cloverfield in this title, that's it. Boom. You're set. You're locked in. This is a sequel to 2008 Cloverfield. I'm in. I want to see this movie. I'm buying my ticket. So, yes, guys, they kind of, sort of made another Cloverfield movie in the same universe as the original Cloverfield, which I do own on Blu-ray and do enjoy very much so. Yeah, just to preface this video, I was a big fan of the 2008 Cloverfield. I probably feel this is the best found footage movie we've ever had. I have not seen Blair Witch Project, I know. But no, seriously, yeah, I really enjoy this movie. I enjoy it quite a bit. I enjoy the surprises in this movie, the style of it being a found footage movie. I understand why it's a found footage movie. Yeah, it's got those found footage cliches where, oh, why is that character filming this? He wouldn't be holding a camera in this situation. He'd just be running for his life. But all found footage movies have that. If we didn't have that character running, screaming with the camera, we wouldn't have a movie. Anyway, 10 Cloverfield Lane does not go in that route of found footage. Instead, we have a whole bunch of new characters. We have new characters, a few new characters, and completely different story in a somewhat similar universe. So guys, the premise behind 10 Cloverfield Lane is as follows. We focus on a young woman named Michelle. She is played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I'm probably saying that last name wrong. I know I'm saying the first two names right, but the last one's probably wrong. And she gets involved in a very serious car accident. She wakes up in this sort of like bomb shelter-esque bunker, and she is kind of being held prisoner in a sense by her captor, who's also trying to help her. She was in this bad car accident, so he's trying to nurse her back to health, and his name is Howard, and he is played by John Goodman in this movie. And Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character immediately wants to leave this place. She feels like she's prisoner. For God's sake, she's being handcuffed by her ankle to the wall. She's a prisoner. She's not just being cared for. Something definitely feels off about this place. The only thing is, John Goodman's character is refusing to allow her to leave because he is telling her that the world has gone to crap. Okay, nothing but the air is filled with toxicity. I'm saying that wrong probably, but the air has become toxic. It's unlivable out there. People are dying. This is the safest place to be. It's obviously hard for her to wrap her head around this because was in a car accident right when this all happened apparently, but she wants to get to the bottom of this. Does she believe John Goodman's character and what he's saying? And does she, want to, she's going to try to fight to get out of this place and get to the top and figure out what the hell is actually going on. And that, my friends, is the premise behind 10 Cloverfield Lane. So instead of getting a direct sequel to Cloverfield where there's just found footage galore, we get these wacky cast of characters and it's just the same Clover monster from the Cloverfield universe, instead of getting that, we get a very quiet, fast-paced thriller set in a bunker where we have a sadistic-esque guy, played by John Goodman, keeping Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character hostage. And she wants to figure out if he's telling her the truth, if he's lying, and she wants to get out of there. And that's your movie. there you go. 10 Cloverfield Lane. Roll credits. No, seriously, guys, yeah, that's 10 Cloverfield Lane. It is so significantly different from the first Cloverfield, and I know I've been saying that so much in the last, like, 5 minutes since I've been filming this review, and I don't want you guys to think I'm upset that this is the way this is. No, I am not, because I really enjoyed this movie. Yeah, I had a blast with this movie, guys. But I'm just going to forewarn all of you who are going to this movie expecting Cloverfield 2. You are not going to get Cloverfield 2. You are going to get a completely different movie with a completely different setting, story, characters, and overall themes. And that is why some people probably went into this movie and did not like 10 Cloverfield Lane. And I'm going to be honest with you. I read online a bit about audience reviews for this movie. On CinemaScore, that like grading thing that audiences give, they gave this movie a grade of a B-, when about 90% of the movies that get graded on there get A's. And most of those are bad. London Has Fallen, which I just reviewed, got like an A- on that site. How in the world does 10 Cloverfield Lane get a B- where something like London Has Fallen gets a A? I don't know. I don't get it. But that's audiences for you. And I'll tell you exactly why they didn't give this movie a higher grade. Because they went into this movie thinking they were going to get Cloverfield 2. There's a lot less action. There's a lot less explosions and everything in this movie. There's a lot more build-up in this movie, though. A lot more character development in this movie. And that's why 10 Cloverfield Lane works. And that's why the audience members who went to go see this movie got severely disappointed. Because they didn't get found footage. They didn't get more CGI, more explosions, more excitement in their minds. I, however, did get more excitement and felt more thrills and sat on the edge of my seat, bit my nails, jumped a couple times in this movie at a few excellently cut together sequences, and that is why 10 Cloverfield Lane absolutely worked for me. One other thing, before I get further into my thoughts, my specific thoughts, I want to stress that you do not need to see the first Cloverfield movie to go and see 10 Cloverfield Lane. You want to know why? Why? Because it's not a direct sequel to Cloverfield, guys. This movie, these two have absolutely almost nothing to do with each other. And I'll give you guys a scenario. I went to see this movie with my girlfriend. Both of us had different perspectives going into this movie. I saw the original Cloverfield beforehand. I love this movie. I have it on Blu-ray. She has not seen it. Did she get lost or thrown off by the movie at any point during it? No, she did not. She followed every single thing that was going on because we are given a refreshing story that has nothing to do with the first one. So I just wanted to make that clear. Don't hold off on going to see this movie in the theaters because it needs to be seen in the theaters. Because you haven't seen the first Cloverfield yet. You don't need to. They're two different movies just in the same universe. And yeah, you could watch the first, you could watch them in any order you want, really. We don't even know if they're being set during the same time. None of that is revealed in this movie. And in a way, while I kind of wanted that revealed, it works for this movie because it makes it stand on its own. And I really like that. But here's what 10 Cloverfield Lane works so damn well as. It's a thriller. It's thrilling. It's surprising, it's intense, it's hectic, it's frantic. It is all these things mixed into one, and it absolutely utilizes the fact that it's set in this one location, this one very claustrophobic feeling location, where our main character has but one goal, is to see if her captor is lying or not, and to get out in the outside world and find out what's really going on. Is there really some sort of extraterrestrial thing that attacked Earth and, people are dying with the toxic air and whatnot? We don't know. She doesn't know. The audience doesn't know anything that the character doesn't know. And that's what makes it all the more exciting, because all these big reveals are happening as our characters are finding them out. And I absolutely love when movies do that. They don't just tell you everything in the beginning of the movie. Oh, this is what's happening. This is what's going on. Now, let's have you watch our characters figure out what's happening. No, we figure out with our characters, okay? And the major success factor, apart from the editing, which I'll get to in a second, is how great this script is. I don't remember the last time I saw a movie set in one confined space where we had these many well-rounded characters and the stakes were this high and I was sweating this much. No, seriously, I really got into the goal of our characters, and I wanted to find out more and more about the mysterious backstories that are literally sprinkled upon in the beginning of this movie. We get little details about what happened to John Goodman's character in the past, why he's doing what he's doing. He's been working on this shelter for years and years and years. Why is that? Who was involved with this project beforehand? We get those little details sprinkled on throughout the beginning of the movie, and it keeps building and building and building, and the excitement just rises. The tension elevates as the stakes for our characters get higher as they're trying to get out. And when I say characters, I mean Mary Elizabeth Winstead's not the only person trapped in this bunker. We also have John Gallagher Jr. Is another actor in this movie. He plays character Emmett, I believe his name was in the movie. And he is trapped in this bunker as well. He's got a broken arm. So the both of them are trying to get to the bottom of things and find out these answers, okay? And all the more while, the stakes are just so flat out high, all right? And the tension is there. You can feel it, the intensity of the room, just the awkwardness, the creepiness of this trio of characters, and how they have no similarities amongst each other whatsoever. Everything feels so awkward whenever they're trying to get together in a room and get like acquainted with one another or talk about something. Nobody knows when to speak. You feel that level of awkwardness in the room, and all those little factors and tidbits that are thrown into the movie just elevate the tension further and further and make you say to yourself, okay, I can't wait to see this character flip on this character, or these characters try to get out and get the better of this character. You know what I mean? That is what makes 10 Cloverfield Lane work so well, is the writing in this movie. And it also really helps that the writer and director of Whiplash, Damien Chazelle, co-wrote the script for this movie. Thank you, sir, for Whiplash, and thank you for going back out there and getting this big project next. You are going to continue to go places. I am so glad for Mr. Chazelle that he had another film to work on, and he worked on 10 Cloverfield Lane. It was freaking awesome. Okay? So yeah, I'll get into performances in just a little bit. I need to talk about the pacing in this movie, guys. The pacing in this movie is flat out amazing. Okay, and this is not the type of movie where it's so slowly building, like you can cut like 3 or 4 scenes out that just feel slow and drag on. No scene in this movie dragged for me. Every single scene felt placed well. Every single scene felt like it was timed well. No scene felt like it was going on for an extra 2 beats than it should have. The pacing is so tight. This movie is so tightly wound together and so cut with precision. It just adds to the levels of excitement and the intensity that you feel for these characters as they go on this journey to figure out what the hell's going on. I just love it. We just go from scene to scene to scene, and it feels like we barely have any time to breathe almost. That's how fast the movie was going for me. Because the characters are just trying to relentlessly reach their goal of getting out of this place. But John Goodman may be onto what they're trying to do. He may be watching them even though they don't know it. And it there's very few moments where you just have a chance to sit down and breathe and just be like, okay, it's going to be all right for these characters. They're going to get out of here. No, the tension is ongoing. The challenges that they have to face just keep getting worse and worse and worse. And the stakes keep rising in regards to what's going on the outside, because we're hearing about everything from John Goodman's character, and we don't know if he's lying or not, because our characters don't know if he's lying or not. We haven't been outside. We're stuck in this one location. Because of that, it makes it all that more exciting and thrilling to get our characters to just get to the doorway, just to look out the window, which is, you have to go through like 18 million locks just to get to that doorway, just to see what's going on outside. And when you get to that point, you get a little flash of what's going on, and then the characters are back in this bunker trying to actually get out. And that's even more exciting, because now you're like, okay, I want to see them actually get out now. And it's just really brilliant writing, in my opinion, guys. Not only is it thrilling and exciting as hell, but it's also pretty damn funny. Like, there's some pretty dark humor in this movie. Mainly everything relating to John Goodman's character. John Goodman, man, he freaking killed it in this movie, guys. John Goodman was amazing as this sort of like sociopathic, just controlling guy who literally will snap at the brink of a second. I'll get into him in a second, but, yeah, it was amazing. Just performance-wise, just were absolutely amazing. John Goodman nailed it. He killed this role. And yeah, like I was saying with the humor, it's really like subtle, like it's little like reactions that characters have to other things. The awkward dinner conversations, that is what makes this movie really darkly funny in a way. The little character actions. John Gallagher Jr.'s character is actually really kind of funny in what, not only the lines that he was given, but also with his interactions with the other characters. And it just makes for a really entertaining experience all the less, and I gotta keep praising the writers for that. But getting back to performances, yes, John Goodman, a lot of people are like, Oscar? Maybe? Screw it. Give the guy an Oscar nomination. I thought he was great, okay? I thought he killed it. He made me feel uncomfortable in this movie. And that, my friends, is when you have a really creepy, near sociopathic character who has so many dark secrets, you can't wait to unravel all of them along with our main character. Because of that, all those factors, and the fact that I felt so uncomfortable and uneasy the entire time I'm watching John Goodman, just his presence alone, he looks so damn creepy in this movie. That was enough for me to say, yeah, okay, I'm creeped out. Good job, John Goodman. No, he killed it, really. I wouldn't be upset at all if he got an Oscar nomination for this movie. Mary Elizabeth Winstead as well did an amazing job in this movie. She had to rely heavily on facial expressions, in my opinion. There are a lot of scenes where she shows her acting range in dialogue for sure. And she's one of those actresses who's kind of just been in a few things here or there and just like she's in and out of things. But apart from that, she killed it with emoting because her character goes on an arc in its own right in terms of her emotional state. Because when we first open on her, she's freaked out, she's shocked, she has no idea where she is, and she sold that perfectly. Then she starts getting adjusted to her surroundings, and we see this different side of her, this like contempt side for her. She feels really good about the place she's in. But then things all hit the fan, and we find out John Goodman may be hiding secrets, and things just get worse, and the paranoia rises in her, and just to see that in her facial expressions, and to just see that fear growing in her as the beats go on and there's a progression going on, I totally bought it. She killed it as well in this movie. And John Gallagher Jr. was also really, really good in this movie. Also, before you leave, do not leave right away as the credits start rolling, because there is a surprise actor who played the voice of a character in this movie. You're not going to believe who they got to do the voice. I was shocked when I saw this in the credits. Anyway, guys, 10 Cloverfield Lane works so well for me in the fact that it took the universe that was established in Cloverfield, snippets of it. Most of what's revealed to be in the Cloverfield universe is revealed in the final 10-15 minutes of the movie. So it's really not like a sequel to Cloverfield. It's really its own movie. And I think that if you look at it from that perspective, you look at it from the fact that this is just a really exciting, really fun and entertaining and engaging high-stakes thriller that literally left me gasping because of how well it was cut together, sound editing and everything, and how amazing just the characters are written and how great the world was created. You're going to go into this movie and you're going to love the hell out of it. And that is why 10 Cloverfield Lane works so well for me. I have but one singular flaw with this movie. I was so sucked into the first two-thirds of this movie, I couldn't get over how blown away I was by what an original piece of storytelling and filmmaking I was watching. Then we get to the third act, and without spoiling anything, I feel that this movie showed us too much of what was trying to be achieved, essentially. That's all I'm going to say. I feel that this movie could have, and I know I've been just raving about how good the pacing and the editing is. It's one of the best paced films I've seen in months. I will say this much. I would have cut 5 minutes from the final act. I didn't want to see all that we did end up seeing. I wanted to stay back more into what was already established. I'm so hard trying to not spoil what happens in this movie, guys. I know it sounds so weird in what I'm critiquing about this movie, but trust me, it's a lot better than what I'm explaining. Trust me. But I just feel we got a bit too much of a glimpse into what was really going on in the end of this movie. I wanted more vagueness. I either wanted everything to be more vague, or I wanted them to explain things better in a way that wasn't just so over the top or so dull. I still loved the third act. I just feel that the first two acts are far superior to that. And that, my friends, is why I'm not going to go perfect score with 10 Cloverfield Lane, but I am going to say it's a movie you must go see in the theaters. Huge, huge surprise, because this movie came out of nowhere. Marketing-wise, they released a trailer, and we heard nothing else about this movie going into it. And I love that this movie literally surprised all of us when the trailer was shown during 13 hours, and everybody was like, whoa, we're getting a Cloverfield movie. Holy crap. So guys, 10 Cloverfield Lane, I loved it. I hope you guys loved it. I am going to give the movie a solid grade of a 9.25 out of 10, or a grade of an A-. It is one of the best movies I've seen in the year so far. It's so fun, exciting, thrilling, and suspenseful. It needs to be seen in the theaters, guys. I guarantee you will not regret it. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching my video. I'm so sorry for the fact that this video is probably longer than it should be. I had a lot to say, but if you guys did get a chance to see 10 Cloverfield Lane, let me know what you thought of it down below in the comments. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye, guys.